John Dutton died.
Really? What happened?
No!
The fucking Attorney General.
All right, Yellowstone fam, it's time to address the elephant in the room. Kevin Costner's departure hit like a ton of bricks, leaving us all wondering how the show could possibly move forward without its iconic patriarch, John Dutton. Now, the fate of his character has finally been revealed, and let's just say, fans are not impressed. Social media is buzzing with outrage, disappointment, and a lot of side-eye aimed at the writers. Let's break down what went down, why fans are furious, and what this means for the show's future. The fate of John Dutton. After nearly 2 years of radio silence since the last episode aired, Taylor Sheridan's beloved Western epic, Yellowstone, finally made its big return with the premiere of Season 5B. But instead of cheers and cowboy hat tips, fans are split right down the middle over how Kevin Costner's John Dutton was written off. Let's just say, not everyone's buying what Sheridan is selling. Okay, so the mystery surrounding John Dutton III's fate finally came to light when Yellowstone's final stretch of episodes premiered on November 11th. Fans had been bracing for Kevin Costner's departure after he led the hit Paramount Plus series for 4.5 seasons, leaving midway through Season 5. But what no one knew was how the show would handle the Dutton patriarch's absence. Turns out, they didn't leave us waiting. The first new episode in 2 years wasted no time revealing John's fate, and it's safe to say it sparked a firestorm of opinions. Right out of the gate, the episode drops a bombshell. John Dutton is found dead from a gunshot wound. The shocking discovery is made by his children, who are left reeling and initially believe their father took his own life. But Yellowstone doesn't stop there. By the end of the episode, the real story comes to light. Turns out, Sarah Atwood, played by Dawn Olivieri, Jamie's scheming girlfriend, masterminded a murder plot and hired someone to take John out. The betrayal cuts deep, and fans are still processing this explosive twist. Yellowstone executive producer Christina Voros had nothing but praise for creator Taylor Sheridan, commending him for how he tackled the tough task of writing out such an iconic character. According to Voros, Sheridan approached the decision with care, ensuring it stayed true to the show's gritty, high-stakes narrative, even if it left fans divided. I think Taylor's decision to begin this way was incredibly brave, she told the media in an interview published in Verge's 10. I think it is testament to his faith in the characters and the actors who embody them to go, let's not make this about the incident. Let's make this about how these human beings exist in the aftermath. That was more interesting to Taylor than the incident itself. John's fate was one of Yellowstone's best-kept secrets, with no spoilers slipping out before the big reveal. Executive producer Christina Voros shared how the cast and crew pulled it off. They got creative. They never referred to it as a death, as Voros explained. Whenever something major happened, they called it an arrival. Plus, they gave John a code name, Crosby. So instead of saying, Beth discovers John is dead, they'd say, Beth discovers Crosby has arrived. Now that's a clever way to keep everyone guessing. They added that it was all on the call sheets, and the crew were like, who is Crosby? And where's he coming from? Voros also said that she did some random research, and John Schuyler Crosby was the last governor of Montana before Montana was turned into a state in the 1880s. It was a very random, obscure, esoteric reference. Fans were not happy with the exit. While Taylor Sheridan's team applauded his bold creative choice, Yellowstone fans weren't as kind. Many viewers felt let down by how Kevin Costner's exit was handled, with plenty of criticism aimed at the writing. For a character as iconic as John Dutton, fans expected something more impactful, and they didn't hold back in letting their disappointment be known. John Dutton deserved to go out like a gladiator, not a victim, one person tweeted. Completely undoes the series. I'm not a fan at all how such as Yellowstone handled Costner's departure. fans didn't mince words when it came to voicing their disappointment over John Dutton's send-off. Many called the storyline lazy and uninspired, questioning why such an iconic character was written off in such a rushed and unceremonious way. For a show built on powerful storytelling and unforgettable characters, fans expected a more fitting farewell for the man who carried Yellowstone for 4.5 seasons. Instead, many feel John Dutton deserved a lot better than a murder plot and a tragic discovery. One viewer jokingly vented their frustration, writing, "Can I sue the producers of Yellowstone for permanent emotional damage 30 seconds into this episode?" Others were less playful and more fed up with how things unfolded. "I don't even want to finish the show anymore," another fan admitted, echoing the sentiment of many who felt let down by the abrupt and shocking direction the series took. For a show that's known for its die-hard fan base, this reaction signals a serious disconnect between the creators and their audience. The mixed reactions. While a lot of fans were seriously upset, not everyone hated how things went down. Some viewers actually thought it was incredible. They made a solid point saying that with so many enemies, so much land at stake, and a body count like John Dutton's, it was basically inevitable someone would come for him. In fact, some fans were a little surprised it didn't happen sooner. Plus, with Kevin Costner leaving, they felt it was the perfect way to give his character a dramatic exit, something fitting for the massive role he played in the show. Then, there were those who weren't even remotely shocked by John's death. A few fans had called it from the moment Costner announced his departure, and they were pretty confident that anyone who didn't see it coming just wasn't a true Yellowstone fan. For them, it was the only logical way to go. It wasn't a matter of if, but when. While many fans didn't exactly agree with how things ended for John Dutton, Kevin Costner knew this wouldn't sit well with everyone. In fact, he was aware that his character's exit would be a tough pill to swallow for the Yellowstone diehards. That's why he pitched a few ideas himself for how it could go down, making sure the farewell was as meaningful as possible, even if it wasn't the perfect ending for every fan. It's clear he was invested in giving his character the right send-off, even if it wasn't going to please everyone. Kevin Costner's ideas for his exit. For Kevin Costner, the two-time Oscar winner, the fan backlash was pretty much expected, and he's not losing sleep over it. In fact, Costner himself pitched not one, but 2 different endings for his character, John Dutton. When talking to the media, he made it clear that he wasn't exactly trembling in fear over how fans would react. He said that fans have a voice in things, and they choose to follow stuff showing that he knows how invested viewers are in the show. But he also wasn't about to let the backlash get to him. At 69 years old, Costner explained that he had actually pitched his version of John's death to Yellowstone creator Taylor Sheridan quite some time ago. However, he acknowledged that in the end, the final decision on how John would meet his end wasn't up to him. It was ultimately left to the producers to decide on the specifics, like the gunshot wound that sealed his fate. "They do what they want to do," Costner shrugged. "That's fine with me." It's clear that he respects the direction the show took, even if it wasn't the ending he originally envisioned. For Costner, it was all about making sure his character had a solid exit, but he's okay with the producers taking the reins when it came to the details. After all, they know what's best for the show, the expectations for the show. As Yellowstone geared up for its final 6 episodes, the cast knew the pressure was on. Fans had huge expectations, especially with Kevin Costner's departure and the way the series was wrapping up. Luke Grimes, who plays Case Dutton, spoke ahead of the premiere, acknowledging that every season of Yellowstone has come with its own set of challenges. He said that it feels like every year there's been some crazy new challenges, not unlike this year. Grimes said, "There was a big new challenge, but, challenge accepted." It's clear that Grimes, along with the rest of the cast, was ready to take on whatever came their way as the series entered its final chapter. With so much at stake, they knew they had to bring their A-game to meet fans' expectations and close out the Dutton family saga in a way that would do it justice. How do you think Yellowstone's cast and crew did in meeting fan expectations with the final episodes? especially after such a major shakeup with Kevin Costner's departure. So, Yellowstone fans, it looks like we've got ourselves a real showdown here. Was the way they handled Kevin Costner's exit a bold move, or did they drop the ball? Can the show still keep us hooked without its leading man, or did they just go and make a huge mistake? The reveal of John Dutton's fate left a lot of fans with more questions than answers, and the mixed reactions are proof that not everyone's on board with the direction things are going. Now that Yellowstone is facing some serious heat, the big question is, will the show survive the fallout? Can Rip, Beth, and the rest of the crew step up and fill the massive void left by John? Comment down below and let us know.